What we have here is an old seesaw from a playground. You can see it's kind of worn. Pieces flicking off. It's very cracked. We got to get this off. There's big holes in it. So we need to replace it. The place that we bought the seesaw from, they don't do. We got it from them once. A replaceable piece of wood. Actually, I think we got the whole thing at one point with all new hardware and everything. They don't do it anymore, so we're doing it ourselves. Okay, so I got a 2 by 10 by 10 foot long piece of pressure treated wood, and we're just gonna trace this out, trace this one, drill holes in the new one, and put all the new hardware. I'll show you that when we get to it. Well, I'm putting new hardware. I'm not putting the handles and all that. I'm just putting new nuts and bolts. And this actually looks like either this shrunk, maybe this did. It's a little bit shorter. That's fine. It's a seesaw. Doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm gonna get a jigsaw and cut this out here and there, and on the other sides. But first I want to trace it out, and I'll show you what it looks like once we cut it up. The thing about this wood is the other side doesn't look that bad. This is the bottom. It doesn't look that bad, but you can see this one's got, I mean, it's just decayed. But if you flip it over, oh look, looks almost new, but it's still not safe. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. The part that was out on the sun and getting all the abuse looks like that. All right, I'm gonna cut this up. I'm just gonna use this saw right here. I mean, once we cut this, we gotta smooth all the edges out. I'm also going to cut these corners off. And I will use, to make it car related, I will use this to make the radius right there. That one's empty. Okay. Easy part's done. I cut these out. Now I have to sand the heck out of it to get all these sharp corners out, get them all rounded. That's going to be time consuming. It's going to take a little while. Alright, here's the wood that I cut the angle, the things for the kids to sit on it. I drilled all the holes where the hardware is supposed to go. Handles go on top here, other stuff goes on the bottom. Here we have 2 seesaws, so here's the other one. This one's dry. I just stained this one, so I'm letting that dry while I'm working on this one. I got these cool washers called torque washers, I believe, and they have a square on them, and they fit on these carriage bolts. So this will dig in. Previously what we had was we had a hole, and I took this and jammed it in there, and the only thing that was stopping it from spinning was just a little square jammed into the hole. Now we have this whole thing bites into the wood and it'll stop it from spinning. This is a much better option and I like it better. Yeah, so I have this here. I just have to tighten the bolts. This is where, so the seesaw that we have, it has a bar that goes this way and this sits on the bar. So I'm going to tighten this up. These bolts here, because of this width right here, you have to go through the that's whatever is this, the 2 by, what did I say it was? You have to go through the 2 by 10. So you have like 1 3/4 here, and then I don't know how much here. So this bolt here is a 3-inch bolt. So you need 4 of those for one. I messed up and I got the wrong size. These are only 2 inches. These 2-inch, that's not even going to work for the chain. So I have to keep so this thing doesn't fall off. A chain goes from this hole to this hole underneath here. It goes around the pipe. So I'm going to put one side on, tighten it here, and then the other hole here when I get to the playground, put it on there. The other thing is when I tighten these, somehow the children, they keep messing with this, or it gets loose and they unscrew these nuts, and then they lose the hardware. So once I get this all tight, what I do is I take a hammer and I just beat the heck out of the threads, so you can't take it off by hand. So it will come down to here, and there's no way you can do it. I don't know how the kids got them off, but that's what happened in the past. So anyway, so I have to return all these bolts here. These are 2-inch. I need 2.5. I got 2-inch because I thought to get a 3-inch in here is almost impossible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a 2.5 in there. I tried getting the 3. There was no way. So that's why I got these. I figured, oh yeah, this will go through, but it doesn't go through this piece of metal and then all the way through the board. So it's not gonna go through for the chain either. I need a little bit from the chain. I guess maybe I might be able to do the chain if I crank this down, make it sink into the wood. I might be able to use 4 of these for the chain, and then get 2.5s for this guy, because there's no way this is metal here. It's not sinking in. So these handles are gonna have to wait until I get the new hardware. But then you can see I did block washers, and then nuts. All this is galvanized. I don't know, this kind of looks galvanized. So it should last a long time. The stuff I took off, if I didn't smash the threads, we could have used them. Some of them were bent. The other problem was there were different sizes. There was this size, I don't remember what size this is, 3/8, and then there was a size below it, 5/16, I think. So some of them were that size, so I just went with all the same size, make it easier. I don't know if we'll ever be rebuilding these again. I mean, they probably last 6 years maybe, once we rebuild them. This time we put some stain on them. The other time we did not. It was just bare wood, and they lasted that long. So I don't know if the stain will probably help a little bit. I don't think we're gonna stain it every year. It's just that we have the stain left over from when we did the fence, and you can't see the fence all the way out there. And this side we didn't do. The other side we stained it black. So I still had some stain left. That's why we're staining it. If I didn't have the stain, probably just leave it. Anyway, let me do some more stuff on here, and I'll show you when it's almost done. I went back to the store. I got 16. I know it's not 16 here. I put some in already. 2.5 inch. I also bought some 3s just in case. Can't fit the 3s on the handle. The 2.5 fit fine. These aren't screwed in yet, but they will work fine. Once I tighten this down, that will come down, and then I'm going to bang the threads here where the chain is. That's plenty. Once I tighten it, it'll be better. I'm leaving this one loose because I have to put it around the tube when I get to the playground. And so here's the handle. Trying to get it on there. I don't know why. There we go. Just gotta turn it so it gets on there like this. And then I don't know if you can see, but those squares aren't lined up. I think once I start tightening this, that will turn and it'll drop in. So I'm gonna put so what I do is I put a washer, lock washer, and the nut on there, and then I'll come back and I'll tighten this up. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep doing this finish this one up, do the other one, and then I'm gonna go around and tighten everything up, and it will be all set, and I'll show you when I bring it to the playground and put it on there. Okay, I had a problem with these holes I drilled. I just copied off of the other Seesaw, and I just drilled where the other Seesaw was. I don't know what happened. I was off a little bit. I don't know. But these wouldn't line up. They're off by maybe, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. So I put one in for this, I don't know what you call this thing. Put one of them in, made this where I wanted it, and I drilled a new hole coming up right here. And so now I got that fixed there. I had to do the same thing on the other side. But now I'm just going to tighten these all up. Pull it right down. Unfortunately, this isn't powerful enough, this Milwaukee, to pull it all the way down. So what I'm gonna have to do is get a 1/2-inch drive. See, I could get the impact wrench and that would do it, but anyway. I'm gonna get the 1/2-inch drive and come back. The 1/2-inch drive and really tighten them down. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. And then the next thing you'll see is this will be at the playground. Also, I used 3-inch bolts here instead of 2.5. 2.5 wasn't really giving me enough threads. So if you're gonna do this project, I had to buy. So if you're gonna do, I'm gonna go buy each Seesaw. So you're gonna get 3/8 bolts. That's the thickness, and you want to get 4 3-inch for this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2.5 inch, and that will do it. And then you get your washers, your nuts, lock washers. I put a lock washer there. And then the best thing is these thrust washers. They dig into the wood and they stop it from turning. That's going to help out later when this thing ever has to come apart again. Okay. Now the next thing you'll see is these on the plate. Okay, I forgot. Last thing is beat the heck out of the threads here so they can't be backed out. I mean, they shouldn't, but I left this one. Obviously, this has to go around the pole, and then it gets connected here. So you have to do that at the playground. But yeah, you want to hit the threads so if these ever get loose, they won't come off, because that's happened before. So there you go, all done. We used some, like I said, some stain that we had left over from the fence. Put 3 coats stain on the top, and there's only 1 coat on the bottom. So anyway, we're gonna go a little bit different here. Somebody else did this one, and I didn't realize they didn't. To get the smooth edge, we routered it, and she just routered the top and left the bottom. I routed both sides. I didn't know, and then I had a little lip here, so I had to router that lip off. So anyway, this one's a little bit thinner. Won't be able to tell. Anyway, let's go put it at the playground. So that's it. And then so now let's take this chain, put it around like this, and then hook it over here. It's kind of challenging because it's kind of short, but take this bolt off, put this on there, put the nut back on, smash the threads, and we're done. So that's what I gotta do right now. So that's what I have to do right now. Like I said, it's kind of challenging. I need 2 hands because I don't want to be on the ground doing it. Let's see if I can tilt it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. There you go. There's a finished product. Put these rubber tires here, so when it comes down, it hits the rubber tires and let's get a little bit of a bounce. So that was I saw that in Mexico. Put tires in the ground, so that's why we did that. Because the kids would always come in, they would go down and they would bang into the floor. I just don't know why. I guess it's not balanced that well. Look at it. That one goes that way. That one goes that way. I don't know. I guess it depends on where I would have put that little bar in the middle. I didn't measure anything. I just took what was there from the old ones and just drilled the holes where the on the new one. So I don't know. Anyway, it's not gonna matter. The kids will have fun. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Maybe you learned something. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.